Welcome, my dear seekers of the unknown, to Sandra Paranormal. Tonight, under the whispering trees and haunted moonlight, I bring you a chilling tale, one whispered through the shadows of Arkansas. This is Jar of Hearts. Jar of Hearts is a scary story about a young man who meets a girl that seems to be very religious. Things start to go wrong when they try to arrange to go out on a date. It is supposed to be a true story. My high school teacher told us a scary story that he claimed was true. He said it happened to a good friend of his that was living in rural Arkansas. One day, the guy was shopping in the supermarket when he happened to bump into a girl in the checkout line. They started talking and seemed to really hit it off. The girl was very pretty and she had a nice personality. She also seemed to be a religious girl, which was exactly the type of girl the guy was looking for. They exchanged numbers, and a few days later, the guy called her. They began to call her every evening, and they would have long conversations that lasted deep into the night. She seemed to be the perfect girl, and the guy started falling head over heels in love with her. The only strange thing was that she ended every phone conversation with a prayer. Eventually, they decided out on a date. The girl called him and told him to come to her house to pick her up on Saturday night. She told him that he had to come at exactly 7:30 p.m. and not a minute later. She said that if he was even a minute late, she would break up with him and he would never see her again. The guy was a little shocked by this, but he really liked the girl, so he agreed to be there at 7:30 sharp. However, the guy coached Little League Baseball on Saturdays, and on that particular Saturday, he had a big game. He couldn't get anyone to substitute for him. The game was supposed to end at 7 p.m, and the girl didn't live far away, so if he hurried, he would be there in plenty of time. When Saturday arrived, the guy coached the baseball game, but it lasted longer than expected. The guy was getting a little nervous, but he still figured he had plenty of time. When the game ended, he took a quick shower and changed his clothes. He was just about to leave when disaster struck. He found out that 3 of the kids' parents hadn't arrived to pick them up. He was going to have to drop the kids home. Nobody else could do it. The guy flew into a panic. He really didn't want to miss his date with the nice girl. He told the kids to hop into his car and he drove off as fast as he could. After quickly dropping off the first 2 kids, he decided that the 3rd kid's house was too far away, so he left the kid on the road and begged him to walk home on his own. The guy felt really guilty about it, but he was desperate to get to the girl's house. When he finally arrived at her house, it was almost 8 p.m. He knocked on the front door and a 40-year-old woman answered it. She said she was the girl's mother. She told him the girl was angry that he was late and didn't want to see him. The woman ordered him to go away and leave them alone. The guy tried to apologize and reason with her, but the woman just slammed the door in his face. The guy's heart sank. He went home sad and dejected. A few days later, he was watching the local news when he saw a story about some missing children. A picture of a house flashed up on the TV screen, and it looked familiar. He realized it was the girl's house. Just then, there was a knock on the door. When he answered it, he found 2 policemen standing on his doorstep. They asked him if he knew the girl, and when he said he did, they told him they wanted to come inside and ask him some questions. The police informed him they had arrested the girl he had been trying to date. They also arrested the 40-year-old woman who lived with her. The woman was not her mother. The policeman said that the woman and the girl were members of some sort of satanic cult. They were engaging in human sacrifice. When they searched their house, the cops found remains of a number of missing children. There was blood all over the walls and body parts stuffed in the refrigerator. In the basement, they found the creepiest thing of all. It was a jar of hearts labelled with the names of the missing kids. There was also an empty jar beside it. The empty jar also had a label on it. The police told the guy that his name was written on it. It turned out that the girl had invited him out on a date because she wanted to lure him to her house. She insisted that he had to get there at 7:30 p.m. because they were going to kill him in a ritual human sacrifice. The ritual apparently had to be executed at a precise timing. The fact that he turned up late was what saved him from being murdered. Remember, sometimes being late can save your soul. Thank you for listening to Sandra Pink Paranormal. Until next time, stay curious, stay enchanted, and have a hauntingly beautiful Halloween.